Hi, everyone.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
We're back.
Sorry we missed you last week, and the week before the video did not work too well, so
Yeah,
we're really sorry about that.
We used Jay's phone, and his didn't turn. I don't know. It must be something with his new version or something.
Yeah, we hadn't figured that one out, and we will, but we're going to start.
We're back on mine.
Yes.
So anyway, tonight we're talking about we're married, now what? So I was talking to a friend of mine, a young friend that's just starting to date, and she was telling me the other day that, you know, now that they're like, they were kind of friends first, and they were just, you know, talking on the phone and that kind of thing. And then now that they're dating, like official dating, she just kind of mentioned that he stopped pursuing her. Like, now that the chase is over, he kind of stopped doing all the things that he did prior to, like telling her she was beautiful or writing her long notes and things like that. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about tonight, because why does this happen? Because men, I think, like the challenge, right?
Sure.
You like the challenge of conqueror, and you
yeah,
know. And,
I think that's a big part of it.
Right. So I think that's a lot of it. And I know for me, like when we got married, Jay was very romantic in a lot of ways, and I know that we're guilty of it too. Like, he doesn't do the things that he used to do. We have children in the house, so those of you that have children in the house, it is a lot harder. My gosh, we don't have a lot of alone time. And we're surrounded by just the stuff, the tasks of every day and the stress. You know, the bills, the work, the house cleaning, the laundry, the kids.
You don't have to give excuses for me. I'll make them up.
Yeah.
Give me a chance.
But, you know, seriously, we just do. We have a lot of stuff going on. So what does that mean? That means we have to be intentional, right? We have to intentionally create time to, like, be romantic with our spouse, or to keep it alive, you know. And when I met Jay too, you know, he's kind of guilty of this. He was in really, really good shape, and he doesn't have a lot of time now, and he doesn't. I don't know. You talk for yourself.
What? You're the one complaining about me.
No, it's fine. I'm not complaining, but
yeah, I don't take care of myself like I used to.
Right.
You know, and I think even more than that, it does.
Maybe it's because I'm a little heavier. He thinks it's okay. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't think that way. It's like, for me, it's kind of, well, you know, if you were super thin and all that stuff, would I feel like I needed to because I'd be worried about losing you?
No.
Okay, then.
No, because when I was super thin, you didn't care.
Right. Oh, was I in bad shape then too? Thank you. Well, this isn't going too well for the guys right now. That's all I can say.
No, you're not in bad shape, honey.
Okay, I know.
Jeez. But like, even he doesn't bring me flowers like he used to.
Right.
And you know, I don't know. We just gotta we try. We're in the same boat. Believe me, we try to keep it alive and do.
And like
things.
I text her once in a while when I think of it, to say something nice and, you know, sweet, and I love you, and, you know, hope you're having a great day and stuff like that. But certainly don't do it enough. And I think that a lot of that just comes into, we get into a routine. We get into a routine of our spouses, and we kind of forget who they are and who they were to us when we met, which I think is really important. I think leaving and forgetting about that, guys, is a big mistake, because when we try to romance our wives now, I want to apply a couple things to this too. So when we try to romance now, she talked about the kids and the problems at the house and the things that keep us
the tasks
occupied in our minds. But the truth is, you know, when I was younger, when I met Kimberly, I was very active and very busy in real estate. And I can't honestly say that I am more busy now in what I do, remodeling, or what I'm doing in any kind of business now, than I was back then. Yet I somehow made time for the romance. We
didn't have kids though either.
Right.
It's easier when you don't have kids around.
Right, but again, you're trying to make excuses for me, and I appreciate that.
But they're in the house. You know, what are you going to do? Sorry, kids, we're going to kick you out. You're going to have to go walk around the block. You know what I mean?
Romance isn't just sex. It's the building. It's the building of it. It's the time to think of the other person in your life.
Right.
You know,
and to
that
not
you care
have to
about.
be so mechanical all the time, right? Yeah.
Right. Well, now you're talking about sex, but
right.
But
it is true. I mean, it is hard to keep that life. Like, I give Jay great ideas. Like, my love language is the acts of service. So I tend to do that for my family, which his love language is not that. he's appreciative of the fact that I keep everything clean and I do the laundry, and he doesn't have to say, "Hey, would you get off your butt and do some stuff around the house?" You
right.
know?
I don't have to do that.
He doesn't have to do that with me. But with him, it's like the cobbler does kids don't have any new shoes. It's kind of like that here. There's little projects, things that don't get done, and
she's talking about house projects.
Sometimes they get done and then they're not all the way done, and like the garage is a complete mess. But these are things that I would love. Like if I came home, what was it that you did one day? I came home and he did something and I was like, oh, I think he emptied the dishwasher or something. And I was like, oh, thank you, honey. I was super excited about that.
Well, when I was doing the lawn this weekend, you said it makes you really, what'd you say?
Yeah, I said, oh, that really makes me hot when you do stuff around the house, you know? So that's me, okay?
Right.
But, you know, for him to come home or for me to come home and him making dinner, oh my gosh, it would like be awesome.
Right. And I know how to cook, guys, so if you don't know how to cook, don't cook dinner.
But he used to do this stuff for me, you know? So it's like we get lazy.
Right. And I think it really goes both ways, you know, because for me, I think of this stuff, and some days when I get home, I just don't feel up to it. And I need to just get up and do it. Stop being selfish and like, it's not a big deal to get up and make dinner. It's not that hard, so why not make dinner?
Or take the trash out.
Yeah, well, that's Rex Braxton's job. I make sure he gets that done. Yeah, I need to do that more. You know, so, and for me...
They're not all just my dogs.
Right. You lost me on that one. So...
You know how I feel sometimes? I feel like, I'm the maid around here. It's like, it's not just my house.
Right.
Like, do you guys live here too? Because I wonder.
Well, with the kids and me, you know, and I try to do stuff around the house, but not as much as I need to, you know, so, but we do work on it, and, you know, things get done, but not at the speed that she would like them to get done, and oftentimes not in the way that she would like them to get done. And I think that's something that we all battle with, is that just because somebody doesn't do it the way you do it, doesn't mean it has to be done the way you do it. But the thing is that in our lives, we've made it through this life as long as we have because we realize that we're perfect. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're not. We do it better than them. Not really. They just do it their way. But if the task gets done, why are we arguing about why somebody should do it this way? Why are you telling your husband or your wife that, well, you need to do it this way? You know, because the way you've done it has always been perfect. But the way they do it is perfect too, because as long as they've been doing the dishes, they've always gotten done. You know, or as long as they've been writing a letter, or as long as they've been getting on the computer and doing the things they need to do on it, they've always gotten it done. So why are we trying to fix how they do it because they don't do it our way?
Right. And we shouldn't be that way, but I mean, I know I had to learn about how to just like keep my mouth shut. They tried, and then I'll go over it later when they're not home.
Because
I'm so bad about that.
Because she's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's so true. I mean, when we get married, I mean, I see now, I witness it where we get into a relationship and either the man or the woman, they let themselves go or they just, you know, it's like we still need to be accountable of this beautiful body that God gave us, that He made. We only get one, and we have to take care of it. So regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not, you need to take care of yourself just to be healthy, right? And I think that sometimes we just take things so for granted in this life, and we need to think of our spouse as a gift. And I think I've said this so many times before, that we have to be grateful in our life to have true joy. It's not going after all the things of this world, because that's just empty. It's just empty. A lot of you know that. It's to find true joy inside is to be grateful and have gratitude and to just truly create that in your life and know that this stuff, you know, we're going through things to make us stronger and to get us prepared. And, you know, there is another life. If you believe in Christ and you have God and you believe in Christ, you will be in heaven. So we have to prepare ourselves for that. And marriage is one way that we're doing it. It's what God created for us to be humble, frustrated. You know, to learn how to unconditionally love each other, respect each other. When you see the flaws, get along together, so that we can get along with others in the world. You know, we're called to love one another, and I'm seeing our world every single day of so much hate and so much just terrible things out there, and I don't understand it, and I think it is because we don't have God, you know.
Well, and to work through this process of when you get married and all the things that you first discover when you love each other, everything's great, everything's dandy, and then as you get to know them, you start picking out all their flaws, you know, and then all of a sudden you start to think that, well, I do it better than that person does, and then all of a sudden you start picking them apart in a way where you're better than them, and that is not the right attitude to have in a relationship, because Jesus calls us to honor those around us more than ourselves, to love them more than you love yourself, or as men are called to love your wife as much as you love yourself. And
love
guys, we're pretty good at loving ourselves. You know, it's funny because as men, when we look in the mirror, we pick out all the best parts. When women look in the mirror, they pick out all their flaws. See, they need us to look at them with that in mind, to know that what they need to hear is what we really love about them. We need to see their best parts and not their flaws, and not discuss their flaws. Because as men, we have a different way of thinking. Not all men, this isn't a categorization, but that's kind of what the truth is.
Right.
You know, a guy walks by a mirror and he does this and he's flexing his muscles, he's doing all that. And a wife goes up there and she looks in the mirror and she's going, what's that?
Oh, it's a wrinkle.
You know, or a wrinkle, or a pimple,
or you know, we weigh ourselves. Like I've put on 25 pounds in the last 5 years, and I'm freaking out. You know, but I'm in menopause. I'm in a different phase of my life. You know, it's like, okay, I work out, I eat good, I'm doing everything I can, right?
And I think she's absolutely beautiful.
Right. So men need to tell their wives that more, because we do. What do we look at? We look at Hollywood, and they're all skin and bones, and it's like, that is not normal. This is not normal. And I praise some of the industries right now, like Target. I think even Victoria's Secret, their pink line, they've started getting normal models, like not skin and bones. So, you know, it's okay to have meat on your bones. It's not, I mean, that back in the day, that used to be really sexy. And right. I think it's coming back, personally. But even men think it's sexy, so, you know, we women are whacked. We always compare ourselves.
Right, and you're beating each other, you're beating yourselves up all the time. You do. So guys, it's your job to help your wife to not beat herself up so much. For her to truly know that no matter what she looks like, what she does, or how she looks, that you absolutely love her. Mm-hmm. There's no way around that, because she can't do it on her own, because it's not her makeup. Now, women, please don't get me wrong. I know some of you are very positive thinking and you don't look at yourselves that way, but there are most women do, and I think you know that if you have a lot of women friends.
We're just critical.
You know, yeah, you're critical of yourselves.
Oh, look at that line. Oh, look at that.
Right.
Oh, look at
and
that.
To beat each other up isn't good. So our job, now that we're married, and now what do? Well, what we do is love each other more. When things go bad, you love each other more. When things get hard, you love each other more. It's the last thing you want to do is support a spouse that's made a mistake. You know, when they've gone in the wrong direction, like Kimberly did. But I went in my wrong direction too. And when I was in my wrong direction, she didn't like it. She told me she didn't like it, but she still stayed with me and she supported it. And when she was doing what she was doing, I still stayed there. I prayed for her and I supported her regardless of the action. And regardless of what the actions are that are bothering them, or, you know, sometimes as a person, it's not just the you know, adultery or the sinfulness that's in a person's life. There's a lot of other things that we miss out on that our spouses do, and we just don't like it. They lie about something, or they lie all the time about stuff. You know, I lied to Kimberly when we first met about a tax lien I had, and she freaked when she found out about it.
Well, I married into it.
Right. And, you know, and I kept it a secret.
So I didn't know when I married him. Right. And I married a tax lien.
Right.
And for me, because I'm like, you know, I like everything perfect, and my credit was so perfect. And I was just like, wow.
Right. So, yeah, so all those...
all the flaws come out.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and as the flaws come out, you have to be loving, you have to be forgiving, and you have to be kind. And she got really upset, and I apologized to her, and, you know, I don't remember why I didn't tell her. Probably because she wouldn't marry me, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know, and here's the other thing. Like, I was reading in our devotional the other day, our marriage devotional. You know what, guys? We got married. Guess what? We married a sinner. Hello? We're all sinners.
Right, and that's not going to change.
So we have to remember that. Like, if I got rid of him today, I would just go and find another sinner.
Right.
Different problems, but same stuff. Like, why do we think that it's going to get better? I don't understand that. But
right, and we've met a lot of couples that talk about, what would it be if I wasn't here? I have a friend that I've talked to a couple times, And he's going, well, you know, if I didn't have my wife, I could probably find a better wife and this and that. And I go, you think so? I go, Kimberly's my second wife. And the funny thing is about that is that when I got married to her, it didn't take too long for me to figure out I have no difference than what I had before.
Right.
And
it's
almost
work.
Yeah,
it's hard work.
Right. Yeah. But she was still a woman who thinks differently than I do as a man. And that's what I struggled with my first wife. And it's like, well, that was stupid, you know, but I had to learn.
Right.
I learned the hard way. So for those of you who are going through the trenches right now and are in problems where you're not sure if you want to stay married or not, I just got to tell you really clearly, it's not going to make any difference, because wherever you go,
that's where
you are. The way you think is your problem. So when God helps you get through things, your thinking changes, and that's what makes a marriage work. So what's next in your marriage? You just keep helping each other, supporting each other. When things go really bad, you talk through it. You get about it. You get on your knees and you pray to God for support.
And if you have to fight. You know, it's good to get it out.
We have no problem.
You know, it's good to get it out. I mean, everybody does.
Know the rules of fighting.
Yeah, and just know that we all need unconditional love and forgiveness, and forgiveness is huge. I mean, don't hold grudges. I mean, I'm here still married to Jay, and he still loves me for the stupid, dumb mistakes I made.
We both did.
And he made mistakes too, but hello, I mean, not many people would have stuck with me. So, you know, I'm grateful for him every day. And we have to just have an attitude of gratitude. So I know a lot of you are newly married out there that are going to be watching, and we just want to support your marriages. So
when things go wrong, get somebody that you can talk to help you understand what's going wrong, or definitely talk to each other. Don't just let it sit. Don't let it fester. And for those of you who have secrets, get in a position where you can talk to somebody about those secrets that you trust. You know, because sometimes those secrets need to come out. I'm not sure, and I'm not talking about advising on what things you should or shouldn't do. Because with good advice from a person who's godly and understands what's right and wrong, you know, you can get good advice on how to handle that in your marriage. And a lot of us have secrets, keep secrets, and it's a way to really destroy marriage.
Right.
You know, and they could just be little secrets, like you have a bank account, and you're not going to allow your wife to know what that bank account is, or the husband.
There's a lot of things.
And when that's going on, you guys can't trust each other.
There's no true intimacy. There really isn't when you have secrets.
There's one foot in and there's one foot out.
Right.
If there's secrets, you're not 100% in. You're not all in. And to have a marriage work, you have to be all in.
Right.
So, anyways, well, thank you so much tonight for listening to us.
Share it. Our story, we're going to try to get some stuff going on YouTube. We're going to meet with some people, and we're probably going to continue still doing this, but maybe have a link to a YouTube channel. We're trying to still figure it all out. You know, we're busy too. So, but we love you, and thanks for watching, and have a blessed week, and we'll see you next week. Oh, Halloween's next week, so be safe. Bye.
Bye.